All right, Shalom. Kahala Yahayam Kahalayamla Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rekahakradash. Shalom, salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn this 100% truth from. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders, the prophets, the teachers, and evangelists, also of Great Millstone, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Barakatham to you all, the water for your sacrifices and your lessons, and double honors to the elder apostles. Shalom to the speckled bird, the confused space, the Akim and Aquab, the Akim on the highways and byways doing this work, making yourself a living spectacle. And last but not least, the elect. Back again with another video, and I just got a couple of videos I'm gonna play about what's happening, here in Babylon, and also on the other side of the world in the Philippines. But it's all crashing down, man. It's all Esau's rulership, and anybody and everybody that's associated with him is coming to an end, which is the whole world. So I'm gonna let the videos play, and then I'm gonna give you some scriptures. Abarakazah. Check it out.
Several airports across the U.S. The TSA now reporting the longest airport. Good evening. We begin tonight with the worsening seen at several airports across the U.S. The TSA now reporting the longest airport wait times in history. This is now day 40 of this shutdown. Thousands of TSA officers not getting paid. Tonight, the new images coming in from some of America's busiest airports, from New York to Atlanta to Houston. Long lines of travelers snaking through terminals, some up and down floors, inside then outside the terminal and back. Tonight, some of those TSA workers now relying on food banks, some giving blood just to get paid, just to put food on the table. And what are lawmakers doing to solve this, with just days before Washington leaves for Easter break? Wheat Johnson leading us off tonight.
Tonight, more than 40 days into the partial government shutdown, and the TSA says millions of travelers are now experiencing the worst airport security lines ever.
We are being forced to consolidate lanes and may have to close smaller airports if we do not have enough officers.
The sustained backlog comes amid the spring break travel crush. Airlines expecting to fly 2.8 million passengers every day through April 30th. The TSA says more than 3,100 officers called out sick yesterday nationwide. Many of those officers say they have to find other ways to make money. About 40% of the workforce at both of Houston's airports.
That's 100% spring break loads going through the airport being processed through less than 50% of our TSA lanes. That is not sustainable.
Travelers waiting more than 3 hours to get through security. The long snaking lines even stretching outside the terminals.
You have to go down to the third floor, up to the second floor, outside, back inside. But if you're in the line, it's pretty bad.
Our Christian Cordero is there.
Here at Houston's Bush Intercontinental Airport, they have seen record TSA call-out numbers over the past week. They usually have 8 security checkpoints. Today, they're down to 2.
And from New York to Atlanta to New Orleans, more than 30% of TSA officers not reporting to work yesterday. The biggest impact during those peak travel times.
We were here yesterday, and our flight left at 8:05. We got here at 3:30. We missed our flight after being in line for like 4 hours.
Tonight, about 50,000 TSA officers have gone nearly a month without pay. For some, this is their second government shutdown since October.
Some are sleeping in their cars, selling their blood and plasma, and taking on second jobs to make ends meet.
TSA officer Taylor Desert in Indianapolis says she's now forced to rely on her local food bank.
It's extremely awkward. I never thought I would be in a position to where, working for the federal government, that I would need to go to a food bank.
And now hundreds of ICE agents who are still getting paid deployed to at least 14 different airports to assist with crowd management. But this TSA employee says those agents are seemingly unable to help speed up the lines.
I would hate to call out another agency, but what I'm getting from some of the officers is that they're just in the way.
In Washington, mounting pressure for senators to reach a deal before Friday's scheduled 2-week recess and another missed paycheck for those government workers. Today, frustration boiling over.
They keep asking for things. We give them what they want, and then they say no.
Republicans offering to fully fund all DHS agencies except immigration enforcement, but Democrats again insisting on specific reforms to immigration operations, including barring ICE agents from wearing masks and requiring warrants before they can enter private homes.
I don't know how long Republicans are going to obstruct and block this really simple solution. Pay TSA, pay FEMA.
And David, we've seen those ICE agents going to more airports across the country. Again, they are still getting paid while TSA officers are not. And now President Trump says he may have to call up the National Guard for more help. David.
Whit Johnson leading us off tonight. Good evening. We begin tonight here with breaking news in the war in Iran. Sources telling ABC News tonight a U.S. F-35 stealth fighter on a combat mission over Iran was hit possibly by hostile fire. The stealth fighter making an emergency landing at a U.S. base. The pilot tonight reportedly in stable condition.
So hold on, before I continue with this one, I got a scripture right here. This is Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. I had another one. Bear me 1 second. Let's see, Proverbs. I think it's in Proverbs. Let me do that. Bear me 1 second. This is Proverbs 10:28. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. For those that continue to believe that Babylon is going to come out of this, and they're going to, they're going to make it, it's going through a rough patch. No. You're going to be destroyed with this place. This place is going to be destroyed, and it's not coming back to its glory days, or we're not going back to make America great again. None of that. This is it. It's going to escalate to those nuclear warheads hit. Okay?
And tonight, questions about how the stealth fighter, nearly invisible to radar, could have been hit. It comes amid growing Iranian attacks targeting oil and gas fields in Israel, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar. The facilities going up in smoke and flames. Iran retaliating after Israel targeted the largest gas field in the world inside Iran. President Trump tonight claiming he did not know about Israel's plan to strike the world's largest gas field. Tonight, this U.S. F-35 stealth fighter hit, and what we know so far. ABC's chief international correspondent James Longman leading us off from the region again tonight.
Tonight, for the first time since the war in Iran began, a U.S. stealth fighter jet is believed to have been hit by enemy fire. Tonight, sources tell ABC News an Air Force F-35 stealth fighter was flying a combat mission over Iran when it was hit. Sources say the pilot is in a stable condition tonight after landing at a U.S. base in the region. The incident raises immediate questions about how a U.S. stealth fighter, nearly invisible to radar, could have been hit by hostile fire, potentially by the Iranians. An urgent...
Regardless of what you hear and what you see, understand that it's all a process. As Elder Apostle Tahar says, all roads lead to the MOTB. And Isaiah 34:8 says, for it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. So all of this is for the people of Israel for what was done to them, and now it's payback time. So Yahweh Shai is allowing these nations to go at each other and to meet each other so that he can destroy them. When he says, Zephaniah 3:8, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
An investigation is now underway. And tonight, amid the shock over global oil prices and gas prices in the United States, Iran is intensifying its attacks on major energy facilities across this region, fueling even more uncertainty. Smoke billowing from Israel's largest oil refinery after it was hit by Iranian missile debris. In video circulating online, Saudi Arabia and Kuwait hit yet again. Iran's retaliation comes after Israel bombed its section of the world's largest gas field. Overnight, President Trump denied any knowledge of Israel's decision to strike.
Like cameos going back and forth, back and forth.
But an Israeli source tells ABC News, quote, all Israeli targets in Iran are aligned with the United States. The president was pressed today if he spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu about that Israeli attack.
I told him don't do that, and he won't do that. We didn't discuss. We do. We're independent. We get along great. It's coordinated, but on occasion he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and so we're not doing that anymore.
Late today, Netanyahu said Israel would stop striking.
What the hell did he just? Listen.
If he spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu about that Israeli attack.
I told him don't do that, and he won't do that.
He sound like my 6-year-old son. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We didn't discuss. We do. We're independent. We get along great. It's coordinated, but on occasion he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and so we're not doing that anymore.
Late today, Netanyahu said Israel would stop striking Iran's oil infrastructure at President Trump's request. And just 2 days after a top U.S. intelligence official resigned, saying there was no immediate threat from Iran, today Netanyahu denied Israel pressured the U.S. into this war.
That is, that Israel somehow dragged the U.S. into a conflict with Iran. Does anyone really think that someone can tell President Trump what to do?
Yeah, the scriptures do. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua does. This is Salakia. This is Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh, that he have taken against Edom in his purposes, that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Teman are the Germans of Esau. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitants desolate with them. That's what you have done, BB.
Tonight, the escalating attacks are rattling global oil prices. In the US, a gallon of gas has skyrocketed 97 cents since the president launched the war. It's now averaging $3.91 a gallon. The president today vowed to do what it takes to lower oil prices, again calling the war a, quote, excursion to stop Iran. The president suggested he thought gas prices would have been even worse.
I wanted to put out that fire. And I said, if we do that, oil prices will go up, the economy will go down a little bit. I thought it would be worse, much worse, actually. I thought there was a chance it could be much worse. It's not bad, and it's going to be over with pretty soon.
And tonight, in an effort to secure the Strait of Hormuz, the U.S. destroyed multiple Iranian Navy ships, saying they were threatening international shipping. And in another sign of this widening conflict in Lebanon tonight, the horrific moment caught on camera as an Israeli airstrike exploded just feet away from a Russia Today correspondent. RT posting this video. The journalist suffered shrapnel wounds. RT claims Israel fired on the reporter's vehicle on purpose. Israel claims it was targeting a bridge in the south used by Hezbollah. And David, tonight there are still big questions over how Iran might have been able to hit that stealth F-35 jet, given the Pentagon says so much Iranian weaponry has been destroyed. Thankfully, the pilot tonight is in a stable condition. David.
James Longman leading us off here again tonight. James, thank you.
Southeast Asia is in full energy-saving mode. In the Philippines today, their president declared a...
Because of the whole situation that's going on with Israel, and Iraq and in America, it's affecting places like the Philippines.
State of nation energy emergency, saying the war in the Middle East posed an imminent threat to the availability and stability of the country's energy supply. The move will allow the government to control fuel prices and fast-track imports from other sources, including Russia. Philippines officials also said today they have around 45 days of fuel left based at normal consumption levels. So across the region, governments are telling people the same thing. Use less now to avoid a real crisis later, as the war in the Middle East threatens key oil supplies. With tankers wary of sailing through the Strait of Hormuz and prices jumping around as a result, officials are trying to get ahead of any shortage before it hits. In Thailand, you can even see it on morning TV. Here, anchors are taking their jackets off after the government urged its employees to dress lighter, turn up the aircon, and cut back on power at work. The Prime Minister also telling...
They claim that a lot of energy is being used, so they're going to try to start rationalizing energy all across the world. You know what I mean? I'm a Abarak Zak, and I do some more research about that, and I listened to the Elder Aisha Yah of GMS North Carolina was talking about that, and bringing out some good facts. So yeah, I'm a Lord willing, do some research on it and then bring it out.
Ministries to slash electricity use, limit overseas trips, and expand work from home, all part of an effort to bring demand down while the fuel is still flowing. In Vietnam, long gas lines amid sharp price hikes, authorities also encouraging work from home to conserve energy. Southeast Asia is...
So that's all I had, man. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring that out. I had got those videos earlier, and I didn't want to make something long, and I just wanted to kind of get to the point about what I was speaking about and move on from there. So I'm going to rock this out, you edify with that. With that, I'm going to say, Kohalo Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shah B'Hashem, Kahakwadash, Shalom, salutations, King Double Honest, to the Elder Apostle GMS on down, and Shalom to the elect, Shalom.